Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Steven the Cuba, and like every week I come up live on my Facebook page and I talk about wedding photography topics, I talk about engagement session, and I also share a little bit of my personal life. More than anything, this is an opportunity for us to connect on a more deep and personal level. So if you are here, thank you for being here. This is literally an opportunity for us to connect. There's no agenda. I always like to choose a topic in order to keep the conversation going, because it feels awkward that I'm talking to the camera and there's no one talking back to me. It feels really awkward. So that's why I do this. I do this to connect with you. I do this to get to know you a little bit better, and also for you to get to know me a little bit better. If you have been here for a while, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Steven de Cuba. I am a photographer based in the Netherlands. I've moved here three years ago. How much has it been? 3 years ago, more than 3 years ago, to the Netherlands. I'm originally from Aruba, and I came here with a big dream, with a crazy dream. I want to make my wedding photography my career, and this is why I'm here. Because for me, wedding photography is not only one thing that you add to your list as you plan your wedding. No, wedding photography is an investment to your wedding. Wedding photography is the reason why you will look back 15 years from now at these pictures and you're gonna relive these moments. These wedding photos are your first are your first family heirloom that you will cherish forever. So if photography in general is important to you, stick around, because today I want to talk about what is the best time to take couple photos on your wedding day. And like always, I want to invite you to grab your free complete wedding photography timeline, because in this timeline in this guide I guide you on how to create your wedding timeline from start to finish, from the getting ready photos on how you should plan those details that you always see on Pinterest, that you see, holy cow, these photos are really awesome, I want these detailed photos too at my wedding. This is the best time to plan it. I also talk about how you should plan your first look if you're doing the first look, because as I'm going to talk today about where you should plan your photos, there are your couple photos during your wedding days. There are two different ways that you can plan it. Either you're doing the first look, or either you're doing the traditional wedding review, which means the bride is going to walk down the aisle, and that's the first time you will see the groom, and that's the first time the groom will see you, or if it's bride and bride, or it's a groom and groom. These are the two ways that you can plan your wedding timeline. So in this free guide, I guide you on how you should plan your timeline. I guide you on how you should plan your engagement photos and what you should wear during engagement photos. I also gave you two free checklist where you can get all of your details that you will need on your wedding day, especially in the morning, in order to take those beautiful photos that you have seen on Pinterest. Friends, if you're here, if you are still tuning in, if you're still live with me, let me know in your comments. Drop me a comment. If it's only an emoji, I appreciate that. If you want to give me some feedback, if you want to share your thoughts with me, feel free. This is a place where I want to build conversation, to connect with you. There's no pressure, there's no expectations. This is just me connecting with you. This is just us having conversation on social media. Now, let's go back to the topic of today, which is what's the best time to take photos on your wedding day. And friends, I have 4 scenarios where you can plan your couple photos. So these are the following. You can plan your couple photos during before the ceremony, after the ceremony, during the reception, or after the wedding. Now, if you are doing your wedding photos during the reception, I got a little bit of bad news. Kind of. Okay, so let me explain. if you're doing your wedding photos during the reception, there are three things that I want you to rethink and reconsider. So during the reception, it has been the whole day. Unless you have a makeup artist who's going to spend the whole day with you and is going to retouch you every single moment, okay, do it. You have the time, right? But if you don't have a makeup artist that's going to be with you the whole day, there's a probability you're going to be sweaty. There's a probability that your makeup won't look as fresh, and nor your hair. So during the ceremony is my least favorite scenario to take your couple photos. So now that we have that, we can take it out of the equation, and we only and then let me put it back, and we only stay with before the ceremony, after the ceremony, and after the wedding. So before the ceremony is usually for the it is like that. Before the ceremony is for the couples that are going to do the first look. Now I get it. Not every couple would like to do the first look. For other bride, other groom, they believe or they think for them it's more valuable to look at each other during the walking down the aisle. For some of you guys is a no go, no bueno, which I completely understand. So you have one option, which is before the ceremony, where you will plan your couple photos immediately after your first look. So before the ceremony, you will have your first look, and this is a time where I like to batch photo session. So you can do your couple photos, you can do bridal party photos, and you can also do family photos. The benefits of planning these batches of photo session is that it will make sure that after your ceremony, you don't have to worry about anything about photos, about formal photos, about bridal party photos anymore. The pressure is completely off. You are already married, you are already happy, you saw your groom, you saw your bride. The only thing that has to happen right now is for you to focus on enjoy your wedding, because you already planned these photos that are so important to you, and you already did it before the ceremony. So after the ceremony, when everyone is there, when all your friends and your family are cheering and enjoying and having a great time, you don't have to leave and worry that you will just leave them for like 1 hour and go take pictures. Which leads me to the third scenario, which is after the ceremony. So we just went through before the ceremony. This is if you are doing a first look. And now after the ceremony is when the couples decides to do the traditional wedding reveal. The bride walking down the aisle and see the groom for the first time. This is what I'm talking about. So the pro about this is that the first time you will see each other, which is a really special moment, and I'm pretty sure you're really excited for that specific moment, will be also shared with your family and friends that are at your ceremony. In comparison to the first look, that's basically a private moment with the two of you. Some couple loves that, some couple wants that, others want to the traditional way. Now, if you're doing the traditional wedding review, the best time to plan couple photos is after the ceremony. Not immediately after the ceremony. Depending on your logistics, we can spare some time for you to at least spend a little bit of time with your friends and family, and then plan your couple photos. So the way that I like to do it is give the bride and groom a chance to have fun with their guests, and right during the cocktail hour, somewhere during the cocktail hour, we plan I like to take between 30 to 60 minutes to take your photos. However, I also understand how important those formal family photos are. For example, for your mom, for your dad, for your grandma, for your grandpa. These are the photos that they cherish a lot, and your wedding is the perfect opportunity to take these photos as well. Everyone is well dressed, everyone looks nice, everyone looks fresh, everyone is happy, every single family member and friends are at the same place. So I know how important these photos are for you, but I also know how important your wedding and the fact that you are enjoying your wedding day is for you. That's why I want to encourage you to trust your photographer. Your photographer knows exactly what he's doing. If you're hiring a professional photographer, he knows exactly what to do on your wedding day. They have your best interest in mind. They already know. They know you because you've done your research, you have met with them beforehand and everything. They know what you want. So going back to the formal family photos, there's yeah, I put a stake in the ground and say this: using less than 10 variations of formal family photos, at least maximum 10, is a safe spot to be. Why? Each and every photo is going to take between 2 to 3 minutes. So if you do 10 combination, it's going to be roughly 30 minutes. If you take it more than that, it's going to be 1 hour, it's going to be more than 1 hour. You don't want that. You don't want to spend more than 1 hour away from your guests only taking formal family photos. So I'm not talking about the couple photos right now. We already got that covered. After the ceremony, you enjoy with your guests and your friends a little bit, and then we go together, take couple photos, and then also we can batch the family photos immediately. But the more combination you make, the more time you have to allocate, which means the more time you're going to be away from your guests. We don't want that, right? So again, friends, this is the one thing that brings the most bottlenecks during your wedding planning journey. Creating that timeline, I know how difficult this could be. Oh, we only need 5 minutes to travel from here, from there. Oh, we only need 10 minutes for... No. Contact your photographer. Know exactly how much time they need for those sessions. What are your needs? What are the photos that you think is really important for you? Because remember this, formal family photos usually are not those type of photos that you walk and you do creative things, and those are authentic moments. And of course we can make it authentic and we can make it really that it feels fresh, but most of the time it's going to be just standing in one spot with your family members and just staring at the camera. I mean, if you're doing this for 20 minutes, it's okay. But the more combination you have, you're going to spend more time. It's going to be boring. It's going to be really, really boring. So my tip for you is the less variations of groups you have, the better. Cool? So we already have before the ceremony to take your couple photos. Let's go back, all right? So 4 scenarios to take your couple photos on your wedding day. Before the ceremony is when you're doing the first look. After the ceremony is if you're not doing a first look, but the con about this is that you have to leave your family and friends. And during the reception, we said this is not the best scenario because you're going to be sweaty, your makeup is not fresh, your hair is not fresh, unless you have I wanna say visages, which is in Dutch. Unless you have a hairdresser or a makeup artist, it makes sense. But also, I mean, if you're in the Netherlands right now and you have a winter wedding after 4 p.m., we don't have sun. So those are really things that you should consider. But during the reception is my least favorite scenario. And lastly, after the wedding. So there are couples that have a really, really big wedding big wedding guest. That doesn't make sense. Big size. How do you say that? They invited a lot of people. There you go. So there are guests. There are couples that have a lot of guests at their wedding, and they probably don't have enough time to take these photos on the same day, or maybe they have too much things going on the wedding day, or maybe there's a lot of traveling going on during the wedding day, or maybe it's a winter wedding and you want different photos during the day, and during the time that there's sun, you don't have time to take those photos, so you will plan it after. You make your own rules. You make your own rules based on the things that make sense for your wedding. Not because someone did this way, you have to do it the same way. No, you make your own rules. Your wedding is unique, and you are the one that has the power to say, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, and this is how we're gonna do it, right? That's exactly what I want for you. Now, my goal is to help you plan your wedding. I'm not a wedding planner, I'm a wedding photographer. So I only share the things that I know. I only share the things that I have experience with, the things that I've been through, my personal experience. I only share this with you. And that's why I've created this complete photography guide for engaged couples. Friends, this guide will help you plan your wedding timeline based on your wishes. Do you want to do a first look? Do you want to do a traditional wedding review? Are you interested in a second photographer? Is a second photographer really necessary for your wedding in particular? Friends, all these answers you will find if you go to stevendecuba.com/free guide. In this free guide, I will guide you through the whole process, and even if you have more questions after reading this whole complete guide, let me know, connect with me, and I will help you further. Now, friends, my goal is to help you and to make this wedding planning process an easy and an enjoyable one. I want to make sure that you are having fun from the day you got engaged till the day you say, yes, I do. This whole wedding planning process, usually takes between 10 to 15 months. I want to make sure that you are having fun. Of course, it could get stressful sometimes. Of course, there are some things that can come that doesn't work the way that you expected. It doesn't work the way you want it to work. It doesn't work the way you vision, but that's okay. There's a quote that says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So that's why I'm here to help you, to guide you with the knowledge that I have, that I've been shooting these weddings over the last couple of 5 years. I know what it takes to make sure that you get the most perfect photos for your wedding. Friends, if you have any questions, if you have any doubts, if you have any concern, feel free to leave your comments here. Feel free to connect with me on any of my social media. You can connect with me at Steven De Cuba. You can send me an email. You can do whatever you want. But please, if I can help you in any other way, please let me know. Friends, that's all I have for you today. Every week I come up live, I connect with you, I share with you a little bit of my knowledge in this wedding photography world. But more than anything, this is about you. What do you want? What is the most important things for you on your wedding? This is what I want you to think about. Create a list of the most for your priorities for your wedding and go from there. Friends, thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time to look at this video, to hang out with me on this Wednesday evening. I'm going to hop off. I'm going to have dinner right now, but I wish you all the best as you plan one of the biggest day of your life. My goal is to help you and make this process an easy and enjoyable one. And thank you for being here. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye bye for now.